eternal light of all creation. Child of innocence. To accept in this moment that the child of God, the light of God, can do nothing to change the truth of perfection. No situation, no movement of time, no seeming changes in outside appearances ever has any effect on the truth of love. The perception of outside changes is where all fear is born. The belief of trying to control something outside engenders fear, engenders the concept of danger. The journey of love is a journey to peace, to return to the peace that you truly are, to return to the light that truly exists, that has been missing from your awareness because a belief of separation has been accepted as real. Love is calling you home, to return where you truly exist, where you truly belong, your home, the sanctuary of love that is now. This is not a faraway place that will somehow manifest in the future. This divine home is all that is. All love, all peace, all harmony, all eternal life that has always been all that has existed. Making up a separate identity does not give it reality. The illusion remains an illusion. It never transforms into reality. To accept reality is to trust in something beyond what you have ever really known, except deeply, deeply in an ancient memory that is now ready to wake up, to bring reality back into awareness, is the journey of love. In truth, there is no journey. In the ultimate truth, there is no journey, because there is no illusion. Illusion and believing in illusion does not make illusion real. But to be asleep to the truth engenders pain, engenders the belief in suffering, the belief in abandonment, and to live in the belief that you are bereft of love. Is an illusion that must be relinquished. To accept only love is real, infinitely, totally, exquisitely. And as you return to love, to the awareness of love, you must bring every beloved with you. Everyone that you have walked with, everyone that you have perceived to be different than you, everyone that you have perceived to know that they had a different identity, all must be surrendered. Your heart reaches out, undefended, and accepts the Christ in every beloved. No more time to be used for suspicions and caution, doubt, resistance. These are not worthy playmates of the divine light that you are. Breathing in this moment, affirming the willingness to begin each moment, each day, as the day of surrender. To begin each day with the prayer, help me remember. Help me see the light that is everything and everyone. Help me to open this heart and to surrender these eyes, to surrender these ears, to surrender all the senses, to be used only for love. And breathing and allowing that as you breathe, you join in the rhythm of love, the heartbeat of love, and the willingness of love. To accept the divine life of truth, and to happily walk in this world as the light of God. Happily surrendering all that you thought you knew. Happily accepting the divine alchemy of love's healing. Accepting the transformational power of love to unravel the illusions of a false identity so that the light can shine through that has been hidden beneath the illusion. the truth of light that you truly are, is whole and complete, never damaged, never lost, never without, never in battle, never in conflict, never in separation. Only love exists. Coming home to the light, to the love, to reality. Happily, joyfully being. And breathing and affirming as you consciously surrender all tension that has been held in the body system, refusing to accept tension as a valid defense system to love. The willingness to forgive all tension, all resistance, all the belief that there is something to control, something to figure out. Happily surrendering all tension that comes as a communication from the mind saying there is need for defense, there is need for protection. Happily mistaken and surrendering. And breathing. Allowing the holding of thoughts to drain out of the body system. Letting it drain into the earth with your divine intention of wanting to be at peace because it is your natural state. Happily, joyfully surrendering. Surrendering this day, surrendering the future, the next moment, every moment, to be in the hands of God, free, easily unfolding in divine perfection. Breathing and resting as the future is completely surrendered. Affirming in the heart that there is no harm out there. That only the mind punishes. That only the mind, the belief of separation, alerts to the need for defense from the past, and now surrendering, trusting, allowing, Breathing and affirming that here in the infinite circle of love we are one. That in the union of love is all strength, all light, all love. Willing to join in that strength, the strength of harmony, the strength of peace. Affirming in this moment that there is only one presence. It is the life force of God. This life force of God is all that exists, and within this life force we live and move and breathe as one. This sanctuary is filled with love and the presence of God, because love and God are one. This universe is all of love, all God. Accepting, affirming with the willingness of the heart to radiate love, to offer peace, to bless and comfort with the light of purity, as the heart says yes. Breathing. Allow and accept that with every prayer that is sung, the vibration of love permeates through all the energy bodies. That a divine light of love is carried through these prayers to unravel the concept of limitation, to accept the radiant blessings of healing in every moment, to accept the power of God and the light. When I feel this pain inside and I find nowhere to hide, Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. This sorrow now imprisons me. Somehow I need to be set free. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Heal me of my hurt and fear. Reveal the face of God so near. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. The safety of a mother's care, for Jesus it was always there. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. As I move toward the light, defend me from the dark of night. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Thank you for the love you give. In compassion for your Son I live. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. To ask and to command for love to rain on you is only your acceptance. Love is always raining on you. Love is always all that there is, but to invite in the truth is the key. The willingness to open and invite in what you believed was missing, what you believed was separate. The willingness to accept the comfort, the blessings, the light of love. Mother, rain your love on me. Let me accept the blessings that are always present. Let me not make up a separate story of limitation and separation. Let this be your prayer. Let your heart burst with prayer in the willingness to rest in God, to rest in love. Here I am, declaring the love within my heart. Here I want to affirm the love of our Mother. I am here to remember forever to love. Here in this school of love, I come to give thanks to all divine beings, to accept the help of all divine beings, and that within the light of our Blessed Mother, forever I will praise the truth of oneness and never to aggrandize myself, letting go of the belief of separation. In the past, I held myself as small with the size of love. But within this truth of light, I am the great love of God. To love together with all beloveds, all of us together, praising God. Here within this power, we must give thanks, recognizing the truth of our Divine Mother and Father that leads us to love. The healing that we are receiving within the heart, affirming, confirming, and accepting, loving and giving thanks. Eu aqui vou seguindo, declarando o amor dentro do meu coração. Eu aqui quero afirmar o amor de nossa Mãe, para sempre eu amar. Aqui na escola do amor, eu venho agradecer a todos os seres divinos dentro da luz de nosso Mãe. Para sempre vou louvar e nunca me agradecer. Sou pequeno do tamanho do amor, para dentro desta luz o grande amor é poder ser. Amar junto com os meus irmãos, todos nós seguindo juntos, e o Deus poder louvar. Aqui dentro do poder devemos agradecer a nosso Pai, a nosso Mãe, as curas que vamos recebendo dentro do coração, amando e agradecendo. Letting the light of your heart burst. Declaring the love that is waiting in the heart to be declared. Bringing everything into gratitude. The gratitude that you were mistaken. The gratitude that you were not right about what you thought you knew in the past. The gratitude that everything can be healed. The gratitude that only love is real. The gratitude that the temporary world that you have believed in so strongly is only an illusion. The gratitude that peace and joy and light and love abide in you forever. Eternally is what you are. Thank God. Everyone was mistaken. Thank God. Only love is real. It tried to prepare me. The clear night sky tried to prepare me for what it knew would someday open. It began to show me even deeper aspects of its splendor. And then one evening, just directly asked, will you be able to withstand your own magnificence? That's what all the resistance is about. I thought I was just hearing things until a spring orchard I was passing my days with at the height of its glory burst into song about our, every beloved's destiny to burn with radiance. Still, I felt my ears were playing tricks on me until the morning came when God tore apart my chest, needing more room to bloom inside. I began to roll through the streets in ecstasy. Everyone thought I was crazy. Everyone will someday know how blessed I was. You will. This is the world of transformation. This is the world of love. To not being afraid of being the magnificence of God. It is truly insanity to be afraid of love, to cling so strongly to a world that you've cursed, that you've doubted, that you've seen as your enemy, that you've seen as the problem. It is really insane to be so afraid of love. When your heart longs to remember and to come home. The belief in separation is based on complications, based on a million memories that all point to death. A million memories that say, I'm right. And these million memories just keep playing, just keep talking through every thought, through every analysis, through every opinion, through every conclusion, through every feeling, through every assessment, through every caution, through every resistance. These memories, all of the past. The past is determined to control the future. If you let go of the past, the future is free. But the determination to control the future is one of the primary addictions. The belief that somehow the upside downness of the identity will make the future different by controlling it. Believing that you did not control the past, and that was the problem. This upside downness, this insanity, has no reality. None. Trying to control the future is the source of pain. The belief that you have an idea of what the future should look like, how it should be in order for you to be safe, to be in control, to have your fantasies recognized and materialize. The fantasies of having acknowledgement, being respected, finding your worth. Believing that the body is in danger. Believing that you are the body. All of it works extremely hard at controlling the future. Except what keeps occurring is that the future, until healing is accepted, keeps just repeating the past. It may look a little better, and in that assessment, the ego says, hey, we're making improvements here. We're having some progress. And then the rug comes out from underneath, and disappointment again and again and again. Nothing in the outside world is cooperating. Nothing in the outside world seems safe. But the ego keeps hiding from your awareness purposefully that the outside world is completely a reflection. Your belief of unsafety is reflected. Your belief of suspicion is reflected. Your belief that there is something to control is reflected. Your mirror is right there, in everyone and in everything. If the heart says yes, and the willingness is honored, the reflection can be used by the Holy Spirit to see what has been believed in so that it can be truly healed. That is the gift. And that is the outside's only purpose, is to see what there is to be surrendered, what is being believed in. Fear is what everyone is afraid of. To be afraid of fear is a constant dance of the ego. But no fear can enter when you command your spirit into the hands of God. No fear can enter when you command your spirit into the hands of God. The ego identity would say, how could this be? I'm a victim. But to recognize that you have the power to command your spirit into the hands of God. To recognize your decision of choice. That fear is what you have used as a rebellion against God to immobilize you, to paralyze you into remaining where you are. And it works for a while. Fear comes up, you become paralyzed. You go back to old strategies. You revert back to habits that are known. And you rely on impulse. You rely on memory. And when the seeming crises has passed, you wonder from a place of perceived innocence, what happened? And confusion clouds. And again this repeats in the unconscious belief of fear. But you can command and are called to command your spirit into the hands of God. Imagine that every time fear tried to enter into the energy bodies, tried to muster up its energy field, that you refused. And you remembered in every moment that fear wanted its way. I have given my spirit to God. I am walking in the light of God. This is my journey of remembering love. I'm surrounded by the light of love. I'm held in the light of love. There is never anything to worry about. I am with God. I've commanded my spirit into the hands of God. And that's where you rest and refuse to accept the gyrations of fear that are nothing else but just energy, that have been identified as dangerous, as powerful, as true. The willingness to accept this has no truth. I have commanded my spirit into the hands of God. This is where all truth is. The only fight that is ever going on is with the mind. And what's really the most outrageousness of it is that it's only fighting with itself. It isn't fighting with love. Love doesn't fight. Love doesn't battle. Love is. So illusion can only battle with illusion. And you can have as many aspects of illusion fighting with each other as you can muster. But it's always fighting with illusion. It's never in any reality. And it's always only in the mind. It is never outside. Never. Thank God it's never outside. If it really could be outside, you could never heal. It would be exquisitely impossible to heal. You would have to battle with 3 billion reflections of yourself. You would have to change all of their minds to align with yours, with your insanity. You would have to convince 3 billion that you are right, that your way is right, your insanity is right. Not only is there no healing there, of course, but to want to imprison others' insanity into your insanity just still leaves only insanity. Nothing actually heals. This is the essential surrender, that there is nothing outside. Once that is accepted, healing can unfold in ease, or at least more easily, because the projection of outside is no longer distracting. It's now just reflection. It's a place of gratitude. Thank you for showing me my insanity. Thank you for showing me my illusions. Thank you for showing me what stands between the light and me in my illusion. clear night sky tried to prepare me for what it knew would someday open. It began to show me even deeper aspects of its splendor. And then one evening just directly asked, will you be able to withstand your own magnificence? Because you are terribly afraid of your own magnificence. Because love, magnificence, seems dangerous to a separate identity. Would mean that you would be swallowed up. Means that you would be melted into. That you would lose yourself in the light of love. And the ego screams, how am I going to stay in control and melt? How am I going to control my little prison, my little kingdom that I made, if I'm melting into the divine union of all love? The fear of love. That's what's running. I thought I was just hearing things until a spring orchard I was passing my days with at the height of its glory burst into song. The song about our every beloved's destiny to burn with radiance. Don't be afraid of the radiance. It's not personal. It is not a personal identification. It does not say John's radiance, Ben's radiance, Lily's radiance, Mr. Smith's radiance, Grandma's radiance, Grandpa's radiance. It is the radiance of all life. And the willingness to burn in that radiance. To not settle any longer for this meager identification. To not settle for seeing yourself as small, trying to get big, trying to find worth, but to accept the greatness of love, the perfection of love. To be happy right now is to not expect anything. What does that really mean? It doesn't mean living as a miser. It doesn't mean being contracted. I don't expect anything. I don't expect any love. I don't expect any blessings. I don't expect any comfort. It's to stop projecting into the future, fantasizing about what you think everything means, and how things should look, and how things should be, and what you think you know about it. To be happy is to not expect anything because you are here. You are here in this moment and everything is here. Everything is here. You have just not dropped in. You have not come here to rest in this perfect moment of now, which is all that exists. There is no future. There is no past. There is only this moment. That can sound like a Hallmark card. But to truly come here and rest, to drop everything of expectations or concerns or anything else, because all expectations are just the two sides of the coin of duality. The two sides that say, I always expect the worst, I have to protect against what's going to happen, I have to be protected, I have to be defended, or fantasizing about some outcome of accolades and worth and success that doesn't mean anything either. Neither one is true. It's all about protection. To try to fantasize about expectations and how things should be and how you want things and your fantasies of things is all coming from fear that God is not orchestrating your beautiful and perfect existence. That you can get into the boat and let the boat move through the water as love is completely guided. And that you don't have to worry about protecting yourself and defending yourself as if you could be hurt, as if you could be harmed, as if you are the body that is outside you, as if it means anything or has anything to do with your divine true nature, your light. Is it a leap? Of course it's a leap. You have believed that you have been a body for lifetimes. You have been in different bodies, but always with the same belief. You have played different roles. You have been the aggressor. You have been the victim. You have been the perpetrator. You have been the murderer. You have been the one who was killed. It's all the same. It's all about the body. Mm. And it means nothing about you. Changing costumes doesn't make the costumes real. And identifying them as real doesn't make them real. You are the divine spirit of love. I command my spirit into the hands of God, and fear cannot enter. I am eternal. I refuse to believe in death. I refuse to believe in suffering and pain. They are not the truth of God, and they are not the truth of me. To accept this is to begin to live. To live and breathe. To live without the shackles of limitation and separation. Still, I felt my ears were playing tricks on me until the morning came when God tore apart my chest, needing more room to bloom inside. Would you scream and fight as God is tearing open your chest to make more room to bloom inside? Because that's what all the resistance is to healing. Every time there's a shaking up of a system that you have believed in your identity and your outside belief of your kingdom, every time there is a shake-up, you have the opportunity that this is God ripping open your chest to make more room for God to bloom inside. But you resist and say, I don't like this feeling. I don't like this sensation. I want to know and to be in control of these feelings and sensations. I don't want to trust that all of this shaking and quaking is God rattling everything out and opening everything up to make more room for love. To trust beyond your knowing. To trust in God and let go of what you think you know is the journey of love. I began to roll through the streets in ecstasy. Everyone thought I was crazy. To roll in the streets with ecstasy. That is the journey of love. And to be happy when everyone thinks you're crazy. Because in that craziness, you realize, oh my gosh, everybody else thinks I'm crazy. I'm with God. I'm in the craziness of love. Because I don't know anything anymore. And the ecstasy can have its way. The power of decision is your own. There isn't any magic in healing. There isn't any magic because the decision of surrender is necessary because you have made up a separate identity, a separate world. And you're the only one who can surrender it. You're the only one who can choose what you truly want. It can't be forced on you. You can't be convinced. You can't be browbeaten to accept. You can't be tied to a chair until you succumb. You have the freedom to choose. You have the power to choose. And the power of decision is your own. The ego would like to, in its identity of victimhood, believe that it's 5 years old and it wants to be rescued and whisked away out of the nightmare. But nothing would be relinquished, it would be held on to. And then there would be the accusation of coercion. Because you really didn't want to let go. And you weren't given the choice. But you are given the choice. It is your choice. And everyone can find that power of choice. That power in every moment. And it gets easier and easier because the resistance gets less and less and the trust gets deeper and deeper. And the willingness is there. And trust and surrender are the keys to the kingdom. The trust in something beyond what you think you know. And the surrender of I'm willing. I surrender everything I thought I knew. I surrender everyone that I thought I knew and realize and accept that they are all the light of God, that no one has done anything, that nothing has happened, and only love and light exist. Because God created you, you remain unchangeable. Unchangeable. You cannot be changed as the creation of God. Nothing can touch the truth of who you are. You are the creation of God, and you are unchangeable. Doesn't matter what you make up, what erroneous ideas you have about what you think you know, nothing changes. Doesn't matter what you believed or perceived that you accepted as your identity of damage, your identity of less, your identity of wounding. It was nothing. You are unchangeable. Your divine truth is unchangeable. That is what has to be accepted. You have been unchangeable. You remain unchangeable. You will be forever unchangeable. The truth of you remains perfect, whole, and magnificent. Unknown to you, possibly, doesn't mean a thing. The you that is unknown to that truth is an ego identity that has no validity. To put your faith in the truth that you are unchangeable is to heal, is to accept and forgive this false identity that you've made, this false story that has no meaning. Sometimes it's moment to moment. Sometimes it sweeps through like a hurricane. But it's the willingness to accept that you are unchangeable. You must remain unchangeable because that is all that exists. You can't change it. With transitory states, by definition, false. All transitory states are by definition false. Transitory, temporary. Everything that is within time, which includes the body, is false. It will fall away. It will shift and change. Different perceptions will come and go. They're all false. Only love is real. Only love exists. Love is eternal. It doesn't change. It doesn't have levels and degrees. It doesn't have more and less. It doesn't have light and dark. It doesn't have right and wrong. Those do not exist in love. They are transitory. They do not exist. They have been made up to be used as a defense, to be used for protection, to be used to try to win, to try to have rules, to try to make sense of the insanity of the world that you perceive. And they have been used to try to keep you safe, except they never work. Ever. This transitory state includes all shifting in feeling, alterations, conditions of the body, and the mind in all awareness and all response. All the body and all of the mind is all transitory. And all of its conditions, all of its shifts in feelings are being called to be surrendered and seen as not the truth of who you are, and having no legitimate purpose except to affirm fear and to affirm expectations and to affirm that you are in control of something and that you are trying to lasso these transitory states and make them come out the way you want them to come out. That's all that's going on. It has absolutely no meaning. It has no possibility of peace. There's no possibility of harmony. There's no possibility of joy. There's no possibility of love there. It's all made up. It's transitory. The belief in time, just that. The belief in time, the belief that you know how old you are, as if you have an age, as if age means anything, as if the spirit ages. And what have you attached to that? That belief of age? Oh, dozens of stories, hundreds of stories. And you commiserate with them, with everybody. You commiserate and you compare and you align and see if you're better than or worse than or keeping up with. How am I doing? Who is the I that is doing? What is the appraisal about? What is it for? What's the assessment? It's a upside down belief that you're making something, that this means something, that you're getting a handle on something, but it really doesn't mean anything. And it's a ruse, because it keeps you occupied and it keeps you believing that you're making progress and that you're doing something, that you're getting control over something, that there is nothing to control. What could be in the need of control in love? What is there to figure out? How many stories a day do you do comparisons with? How many times a day do you want to tell the story of something that you think you know? Maybe compare with somebody else's story about the same thing, or what you consider to be the same thing, which means absolutely nothing. And all it is a diversion, a distraction from your communion with God. That's what prayer is all about, is a communion, to come into that awareness that you are the Spirit of God, and that God is here. God is here, God is here, God is here. Love is all that there is. And that all of these beliefs that you've cultivated and put your faith into hold you in distraction because you're afraid of the surrender. You're afraid of giving your life to God. You want the payoff. You want the payoff of the height of its glory burst into song about our destiny to burn with radiance. You want that payoff. You want to burn with radiance in some conceptual way. Then all the transitory states have to be surrendered, to be used by the Holy Spirit, to be used by love, to treat every day and every moment as the opportunity that whatever shows up is to be surrendered into the hands of God, to be used for transformation. To have it surrendered into the hands of God, its transitory state, surrendered into the hands of God so that it can be transformed into the eternal, to the eternal light of love. And the transitory state disappears. And you won't care anymore about your age. You won't care anymore about your identification, because you will be burning in ecstasy. Because it is the truth of who you are. I began to roll through the streets in ecstasy. But you can't roll through the streets in ecstasy holding on to all these transitory states and stories of what you think you know and how they should come out, and it's all a mirage and it's all painful. Let's say you have an opinion about someone, shockingly. You think you know something about someone. And let's say you decide, this person is just not with it. Just irritating. And you hold them there. Not only do you not see the divine, but you don't understand yet that that decision of finding someone not up to snuff of what you think you know in some way is your pain and suffering. You have just hit yourself in the head with a mallet in the belief that pain and suffering projected onto someone else is not your pain and suffering. It is your pain and suffering. It is your decision to self-attack out of your own hidden belief of self-loathing, that you are not the light of God. And yet love keeps calling to you, saying, you're the light of God. But you have to let go of what you think you know in order for the belief of self-loathing to come out of its hiding place into the light and be rejected as the lie that it is. The lie that it is that has been self-made in the belief of separation. What a tangled web we weave when we deceive ourselves and believe it's something out there. When we believe that someone else is the problem. When we believe that there is an enemy. When we believe that we have been damaged. When we are refusing to accept that we are unchangeable as the light of God. So all of the past had to be a lie. Every single element that you believed you walked through in time that said you were damaged, you were changed, was a lie. You cannot accept that you are unchangeable and continue to accept that you were damaged. To accept the truth is to surrender the lie. Do you have to do anything to surrender the lie? No. Just the willingness to surrender the lie. And that every thought that comes up about what you think you know is based on that lie. That's all. Easy peasy. I am the light of God. I am unchangeable. And the past was not the truth of my eternal self. And I surrender and release everyone from that past into the forgiveness of my heart. And I embrace and invite every beloved from the past to come home in this heart. To accept their welcome home. And accept the light of love, of forgiveness. That I have done nothing, and these beloveds that I thought I knew have done nothing. One unchangeable heart returning. By choice. By the willingness of love. Is it an everyday choice? Absolutely. Until the temptation of the past disappears. Till the habit of the past falls away. Till the addiction of the past disappears. And that is the miracle of love. That is the acceptance of the miracle, the acceptance of transformation, the acceptance of love. Only love is real. You are unchangeable. Not the you that you think you know. The you that God sees. The you that I see. The you that is the real you. The divine I am.